Smugglers have tried everything. They've sealed drugs inside engine blocks. They've packed cocaine into frozen fish, hidden it inside statues, dissolved it into liquid, wrapped it in coffee grounds, soaked it in gasoline. They've used every trick imaginable to beat one thing, a dog's nose, and they keep failing every single time. Not because dogs are trained harder, not because handlers are smarter, but because of something inside a dog's body that makes them physically impossible to fool. Something that no technology on Earth has ever been able to replicate. And the last reason we're going to cover, the one that explains why smugglers always lose in the end, is something that will completely change how you think about the animal sitting next to you right now. Stay until the end, because what dogs are actually doing when they sniff is far more shocking than anyone ever tells you. 1. A dog's nose is not like yours. It's a different machine entirely. To understand why no smuggler can fool a drug dog, you first have to understand what a dog's nose actually is, because it is nothing like a human nose, not even close. You have about 6 million scent receptors in your nose. A dog has up to 300 million. That alone is staggering. But the number isn't even the most important part. Inside a dog's nose, there is a dedicated section of tissue called the olfactory epithelium that exists for one purpose only: to trap and analyze scent molecules. In humans, that tissue covers about 10 square centimeters. In a dog, it covers 170 square centimeters, folded and packed into their snout in a way that gives them a surface area for smell roughly the size of a piece of paper, crammed into a nose the size of your fist. And then there's the second nose. Dogs have an additional organ inside their nasal cavity called the vomeronasal organ, also known as Jacobson's organ, that detects chemical signals completely separately from their main sense of smell. Dogs are literally smelling the world twice, simultaneously, through two different systems. When you breathe in through your nose, most of that air goes straight to your lungs. Smelling is almost a side effect. When a dog sniffs, their nose is built so that air flows directly over those 300 million receptors first. Smelling isn't a side effect for them. It's the entire point. Their sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more powerful than ours. To put that in perspective, if you could smell a teaspoon of sugar dissolved in your morning coffee, a dog could detect that same teaspoon dissolved in 1 million gallons of water. That's not an exaggeration. That is what researchers have actually measured. 2. They don't smell the hiding spot. They smell through it. Here's where smugglers consistently make their fatal mistake. They think if they mask the smell, they beat the dog. So they pack drugs in coffee. They wrap them in pepper. They seal them in gasoline-soaked containers. They vacuum seal everything 3 times over. What they don't understand is this: a drug dog doesn't smell what something is hidden inside. It smells every individual layer separately. Imagine you're handed a bowl of soup. You smell soup. A dog smells the broth, the carrots, the celery, the salt, the pepper, the pot it was cooked in, and the hands that made it, all at the same time, all as separate, distinct smells. What blends into one scent for you is an entire catalog of individual components for them. This means that wrapping cocaine in coffee doesn't hide cocaine. It just adds coffee to the list of things the dog can smell. The cocaine is still there. It's still detectable. The dog simply smells both. Drug dogs can detect amounts as small as a single nanogram. That's 1/1000th of a gram. Drug odor has also been shown to linger at a location for at least 48 hours after the substance has been removed. A dog can alert to a suitcase that carried drugs last week, on a flight that landed yesterday, in a room they've never been in before. There is no container invented that stops scent molecules from escaping entirely. Every substance leaks, every hiding spot breathes, and a dog is standing right there, reading all of it. And hey, if this is blowing your mind so far, smash that like button and hit subscribe. It's the best way to help us reach more dog lovers who want to understand just how extraordinary these animals actually are. You don't want to miss what's coming next. 3. The dog has no idea. It's looking for drugs, and that's the secret. Here's something most people never know about drug dogs, and it changes everything about how you understand them. A drug detection dog has absolutely no idea what drugs are. It has no understanding of illegal substances, law enforcement, crime, or why any of this matters. It is not trained to find drugs. It is trained to find a smell, because finding that smell means getting to play with its favorite toy. This is how it starts. A handler takes a plain white towel, carefully washed, completely unscented, and plays tug-of-war with the dog every single day. The dog falls in love with that towel. It becomes the thing it wants more than anything in the world. Then one day, the handler rolls a small bag of a target drug inside the towel before hiding it. The dog finds the towel by scent, gets to play, does it again, gets to play again. Over and over, day after day, the dog begins to associate that specific chemical smell with the best part of its day. It's the same principle as Pavlov's dogs. Pure conditioning. Except instead of salivating at a bell, this dog is now hardwired to light up the moment it detects a specific molecule in the air. Not because it understands what it's doing, because it thinks it's playing a game. The imprinting phase alone takes 6 weeks, with the dog carrying a pipe containing the target scent for 75 minutes every single day. By the time a drug dog is certified and deployed, it has been hunting that scent so many times, in so many environments, hidden in so many ways, that finding it has become almost like breathing, automatic, inevitable, unstoppable. The dog isn't working. In its mind, it's always playing, and it never wants to stop. 4. What happens in the dog's brain when it finds something? You've seen it in videos. The dog is walking calmly, scanning a row of luggage, moving methodically, and then something shifts. Its pace changes, its head drops, it circles back, it freezes. What you're watching in that moment is one of the most sophisticated biological detection systems ever evolved, locking onto a single target out of thousands of competing smells. When a drug dog hits on a scent, the olfactory bulb in its brain, which is 40 times larger relative to brain size than the human equivalent, fires intensely. The dog's whole nervous system shifts into a focused state. Heart rate rises slightly. Attention narrows completely. Every distraction in the environment falls away. This is why a drug dog can walk through a crowded airport, thousands of people, food smells, perfume, jet fuel, cleaning chemicals, and still lock onto trace amounts of a substance tucked inside a checked bag that hasn't been opened in 3 days. The noise doesn't confuse them. Their brain is built to filter it all out and find the one signal that matters, and once they find it, they alert. Some dogs are trained to sit and stare, a passive alert that doesn't disturb the environment. Others are trained to paw, dig, and bark, an active alert used when the handler needs an immediate, unmistakable signal. Either way, the message is the same. I found it. It's here. I am certain. 5. The real reason. Smugglers always lose, and nobody talks about this. Everything we've covered so far, the 300 million receptors, the ability to smell through layers, the training, the brain, all of it explains why a drug dog is so effective. But none of it fully explains why smugglers, no matter how sophisticated they get, keep losing. The real reason is this. Technology can be reverse engineered. Scanners can be studied. Detection methods can be mapped, understood, and eventually worked around. Every piece of technology has a fixed capability, and a fixed capability can eventually be beaten. A dog cannot, because a dog's nose is not a fixed instrument. It is a living, adapting biological system that has been shaped by 15,000 years of evolution alongside humans. Every time smugglers develop a new method, a new hiding spot, a new masking agent, a new technique, handlers can retrain their dogs on that specific variation within weeks. The dog adapts, the capability grows. There is no ceiling. Scientists who have spent careers trying to build an electronic nose that matches canine detection ability have not succeeded. Not because they haven't tried, because what a dog does isn't just sensing molecules. It's pattern recognition, memory, context, drive, and biological sensitivity all working at once. In real time, in any environment, under any conditions. And here is the part that nobody ever says out loud. The dog doesn't care about the drugs. It doesn't care about the smuggler. It doesn't care about the bust. All it wants, the only thing driving it through airports, warehouses, border crossings, cargo holds, is to find that smell and get to play. Thousands of years of human breeding, combined with millions of years of evolution, created an animal whose greatest joy is the exact thing that makes it the most powerful detection tool in the world. And it does all of it thinking it's just playing a game. That's not just impressive. That's the most extraordinary thing about the dog standing next to you right now. You had no idea what they were actually capable of.